What about level of play, though? I mean, some of the guys that were here in here just a minute ago, they're the newcomers, and they showed, really well tonight. But maybe people would come in and say, this is the Big East. Oh, if it was UConn or Georgetown.
Oh, yeah, no, we're not ready for that yet. No, I admit that, not on a regular basis. I like to think on a like we played well against Oklahoma State. We played well at Ole Miss. So I think, but as these guys grow, next year we lose Robert, Loesch, and Rodney. So all of a sudden these guys are a year older. We're bringing in 3 very good recruits and one 7-footer who's, I think all 3 are Big East recruits. The 7-footer's a top 100 recruit. So the timing for us will be good because I think we'll be more mature. Jeremiah will be a senior. Nick Russell's sitting out. He's, to me, a Big 12 guard. He's a Big East guard. So I think that by the time we get into play, we'll be a lot closer. Will we be top half? Realistically, probably not. I'd like to think we could be, but, taking my CEO hat, putting that on, I think, no, we probably won't be. But we'll work towards it.
And I don't mean to take away from tonight.
No, you did, but that's okay, Kim. You have a way of doing that. But, that's okay.
Jalen was very good, and he's your future. Then.
Right.
I mean, and you see that in games like tonight. But how important is it to go on a run to finish strong in this Conference USA season with all that big picture stuff ahead?
I can't worry about it. I don't worry about it. Again, I go back to today and tomorrow. Today and the next game. We worry about that. Last year, my friend here, Brad Pierce, said this is the same record we had last year at this time. And I thought we had a tougher schedule this year. So, are we farther along? We'll see. Maybe the league's a little bit more difficult. Maybe, we win a 1-point game. Maybe we lose a 1-point game. You'll look at records. I'll look at development. I think we're farther along right now than we were last year at this time. Depth, overall talent, overall, scoring. We wouldn't have this balanced scoring last year. So the system, offensively and defensively, I think we're farther along. Does that translate into wins all the time? No. But from my standpoint, I think we're heading in the right direction.
But you think in year 6, wins and losses should be what you're judged on?
That's for you to decide.
Well, you've told me that before. The last couple of years that it was time to start using.
No question, time to start winning. But I can't worry about, I thought we played well at UTEP. Did we lose that game? Yeah, we lost that game. 1/10 of a second, we won that game. So are we getting better? I think that's got to be part of it too. Is the program healthy with young players? I think it is. With a system that works, I think it is. So, if you go at the end of the year, I think those are discussions you look at and say, okay, are we on the right path? Doesn't always mean, you're 17 and 16 or 16 and 17. You know what I mean? Are you on the right path? So that's something that we'll discuss and watch.
That's fair.
Going back into tonight's game.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It was a hell of a win, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I've got somebody just taking the air out of my balloon. You're killing me.
I'm doing a big picture too.
But anyway, you really seemed to help we put the game away in the first half with some really great shooting. Of course, you mentioned earlier that you would hope that your offense would be more taking the ball inside. Were you more impressed about the overall hot shooting, especially from beyond the three-point line? Or were you a bit concerned about the number of 3 points? I believe both teams combined shot more than half of their
Yeah, we shoot a lot of
half.
threes. We shoot about 46% of our shots are threes. So, and that's what we work on. That's who we are. We don't have Papadilla in the post. So we get the ball into the post maybe to Cotton Giles or Jalen Jones, and maybe we like the mismatch there, and now we got Robert Nakunde and Sean Williams out that can shoot threes. So we kind of, invert our offense a little bit. So it's kind of who we are, and, we shot 50% from the three-point line, and I thought at times we weren't making them enough. But, I think that we should be making 8 to 12 threes a game.
When you outscore them 19-4 off of turnovers, how much of a reflection of that is your defense, the growth you've had defensively through the season. And overall, what do you think of your defense?
I thought our defense was terrific, and we don't get steals outside the three-point line. We call them Mustang steals inside the three-point line. We're switching. It's a matchup zone, so sometimes someone thinks somebody's open, and all of a sudden somebody jumps in the path. So we get our steals inside the three-point line. We don't extend. I don't like to extend because you extend against good guards and you get beat off the dribble, you get in foul trouble, you give up layups, offensive rebounds. So we really try to pack it in and make people, take contested twos, ideally.
Coach Jeremiah battled through a bit of an ankle injury tonight. How's he feeling? It didn't seem to stop him too much.
No, I was worried. I didn't think Jeremiah was going to play. Monday turned his ankle, and he didn't practice Tuesday. Was light today. I didn't think he was going to play, but I think he did a great job. Our trainer did a great job, and Dr. Baker in getting him prepared to play the basketball game. And the only thing I thought he did, and he admitted, he tried to overthink things early and force things instead of letting them, flow. But beyond that, I thought he was pretty darn good. 4 assists, 2 turnovers, 2 of 5 from the three-point line. I thought he was pretty good once he got settled in.
Going back to the defense, you forced 9 of the 16 turnovers, I believe, in the first half, but in the second, you really seemed to clamp down and they shot a much lower percentage in the second half. Was there more effort to try to focus more on contesting the shots in the second half?
Yeah, I thought in the first half we let Van Slyke get open a little bit and we didn't get to the shooters quick enough. Second half, they tried to run the ball up our backs a little bit, so we needed to sprint back and be more alert. I thought we locked in on shooters better on the weak side, and we doubled the post pretty good, and that frustrated their post players, I thought.